Hello, that's me, Brian. Today, as you can see, we got a little project here. But anyways, this is the extra bathroom. This is the extra shower. We haven't really been using it since Teresa. We can't get Teresa's little, back shower chair inside here because it is pretty small. Right, so it's kind of difficult for her to use. So we haven't really been using this. But basically, because of this crack in the floor, there's a crack right here, and then along the edge. Because this bottom part is just one pan and the rest of it fits around it. So I've already used the Flex Seal on the edge along here, along around the edge to reseal the gap between the bottom pan and and the interior shower walls. Right now I'm trying to figure out how to work on this. Now these plastic laminate shower things, I had a job one time. We were at a place called L&M Laminates in Phoenix. Where we actually made these things. We spread the glue out on the forms and made them. These are actually easily repairable, but the problem is that you have to repair it from both sides. Especially a crack this big, you have to repair it from both sides to actually make it work good. Because as you can see, when you step on the floor, it's going to flex, it's going to spread, it's going to crack the fiberglass. So, you know what I'm saying? And I can't, obviously I can't get, take it up from the bottom and fix it along the bottom and make it one solid piece, top and bottom. So, we're just going to have to wing it here and hope that it, some of it works. So, what I've done is, we're going to use the good old, Bondo fiberglass, resin right here, right, and a couple of pieces of fiberglass panel, right. And I'm thinking that if I can get them to set with the thing down, it's gonna flex no matter what I try to do. So I'm thinking that it just pops. So we're just gonna get after it. And, there ain't no thinking, there's just doing it. But I don't know if it's gonna work very good because of the size of the crack, shall we say. And disclaimer: this stuff is it's got toluene in it. It's very dangerous, very poisonous, you understand? Don't try to get any contact with your face and your eyes, and try not to breathe the fumes too much. Let's see what we got here. Gotta spread it out pretty far because the panels. I don't know if it's the correct way to do it, but this is the way we did it when I worked at L&M Laminates. When we had to break the, fix the panels that cracked when we were peeling them off, was with fiberglass resin. So you don't have a very wide, working window with resin, especially old resin like I'm using here. So you want to try to hurry, right? But do a good job. Let's see. You want to lay it down in there where it has the potential for the most amount of flex. Because remember, when you step on the floor, it's going to flex. You don't want it to rip. That looks pretty good right there. Right, because when the resin dries over it, it's going to dry solid. And, go put some more. Probably wouldn't hurt to put a couple layers. Take that stuff on. You can always sand off whatever excess you have later after it dries. Just slather it on. Kind of pretend like you're making a surfboard. Let's put another layer. Yeah, I probably should be wearing rubber gloves, but I can't find any. Now this is where the biggest gap is, right here. So I'm going to try to get some resin down in the hole. Alright. Up there like that. Yeah, some pretty old resin. You can get that down in the hole. Let's see what happens. Starting to look somewhat decent. A little bit more. What about the hardener, Brad? It doesn't say anything about hardener. I don't know. I don't make surfboards, dude. I fix things. Anyways, right here, right there was a big clump of the fiberglass that was in the can because it's really old. So I just squeezed it out and then I put it in the gap right here and filled it in as much as I could. That's why it's still wet, because there's a big blob of resin underneath about 4 layers of fiberglass right here. Right, and there's still a little bit right here that I'm going to put another piece on right here right now. Right, it's fairly dry. It's been like a day and a half or so. Right, but it's kind of cold in the bathroom, so I figure it'll take another 4 or 5 days to dry once I'm done. So we're going to set up and put a patch on right here, another one. Okay, now I highly recommend that if you got, typewriter hands or something, you don't work outside or, or at least every day with your hands, right, that you wear gloves. Rubber gloves are not really ideal because the resin will stick to everything, right, and you'll end up with little glass fibers all over the tips of your fingers, right? You understand? Some of those good nylon rubberized gloves will work, you know what I'm saying? You know, but you gotta rub a little vegetable oil or something on first so that your hands don't stick to everything, you know. Me, you know what I'm saying? I got more calories on my hands than I know what to do with. Alright, so right here we're just gonna put a patch. Right, see, it's fairly, right, it's still malleable. I mean, there's still a working window. It'll still stick, right, because it's still kind of wet. And the more layers that you add, the better off you are anyway, right, because it just makes it thicker and thicker. Alright, because remember, the problem here is because this part here is stable and this part here flexes, right, the problem is that eventually sooner or later it's going to crack again. Right, but the more layers that you put, the better chance you have of keeping the flexibility, right, of the fiberglass. Alright, you know, especially if you scrunch it in like that and give it a little bit of give, a little bit of play. Alright, see how it's already starting to stick to my fingers. Alright. As you can see already, the resin is starting to soak into the glass, so let's try this one right here. You see how I got it? You know what I'm saying? You know, give yourself the best opportunity, right, for flex, so it doesn't break. This is what I'm telling you. That's why I'm doing it like this. All right. You don't have to have an engineering degree to do something like this, bro. All right. Just a little common sense, right? A little patience. Alright, and you save yourself $1,000 minimum on replacing your shower. Alright, I don't even want to know what the floor looks like underneath this because all the wood panels right here are warped anyway. Now this has been ongoing for a long time. Let those babies stick. Imagine it putting a little bit more over the top, but we'll see what happens in about an hour or so. See how much, because there's another reason why I'm doing this, adding this layer, is because I also want to see how much resin is still underneath that's wet, right, to see how long it's going to take to dry. That's covered with paint. I figured since we're, fixing the shower and the bathroom and all that stuff, that I'd fix the door too. Because part of the floor is right there where the just corner of the door sweeps past. The floor is bowed up right there. You know what I'm saying? We're going to deal with the floor here, later. But right now I'm going to cut about 1/4 inch or so, 3/8 of an inch off the bottom of this solid door. This is a solid door, right? Now, them panel doors, them hollow doors, you can't do this with those. Pretty solid. Solid wood. Alright, some of them hollow fake doors would have been sawdust by now. Alright. So anyways, so now we're going to go back and rehang it. Alright, and it should be okay. Okay, I didn't get to show you guys how to hang the door because the battery died, but I did change up the screws for 1.5 inches. Right, on both sides. Right, and the doors hung good and even. Right, smooth it. Before I used to catch right there on the floor because there's a hump right there. Got it all in. It's pretty dry. It's pretty stable. Alright, I'm saying I tried it out yesterday. It's still a little soft in some places, but that eventually will dry out. It's me, Brian. Please like and subscribe and share this video if you think other people need how to fix their shower floor. Thank you.